Why don't we move into this week's discussion?
Yeah.
Keep it video games, right?
Sure. So this weekend, these will both already be out by the time this video posts, but this weekend we're getting Animal Crossing Happy Home Designer, and we're also getting LEGO Dimensions. Two games that utilize sort of the toys to life model. We have a lot of those now. A lot of toys to life stuff. Like we said earlier, I am huge in Amiibo. You get Amiibo. You're not quite in.
I mean,
as in deep
I'm
as
staring
I am.
at a shelf of them right now. People can't see it.
Yeah.
I've spent a lot of money. I haven't bought them all. Like you. Yes.
But you also play Disney Infinity. Are there too many of these? I think is a good starting point.
Yes.
Yes.
No question. Like eventually they're going to start killing themselves off.
Yeah.
It's not like it's the same company making multiple ones. There are different companies, but I think when it started with Skylanders basically, right? Skylanders came out and it was this weird thing that sounded like I always thought it sounded cool for kids.
Yeah.
It was dragons and Spyro is involved, but I never got into it, right? Because they just weren't appealing. I didn't want to collect a bunch of dragons that looked exactly the same. To me, that's how it looks. If you like it, cool. And then Disney Infinity came out, and I was like, that looks cool, because I like all of those things, and I could see why a parent would be more inclined to be like, oh, here's Captain Jack Sparrow, and here's Mater, and whatever.
Yeah, it's stuff they can enjoy and they can get involved in as well, as opposed to Skylanders. There's.
But then the game wasn't very good. By all accounts, the 1.0 was not very good, and then 2.0 kind of fixed things, but not really, and then I waited and I got it at 3.0, because the reviews were really good. But then you had Amiibo, you had all the Nintendo characters. Now we have Amiibo cards.
Yeah, which they've always sort of rumored and always said, like, Amiibos don't have to be figures, they can be anything, they can be cards, they can be...
Coming out for Animal Crossing Happy Home Designer.
As well as the Amiibo Festival at that kind of Mario Party with Animal Crossing.
Right. So you have those, and like you said, now we have LEGO Dimensions, which is also going to be filled with brands that people know. I mean, it sounds so cool, right? Like, I mean, you have, like, it's great in Disney Infinity. You have Star Wars and Marvel and Disney all in one thing, and that's really cool. But it's also really cool to have, Back to the Future and Jurassic Park and the Lego Movie and all that, and Ninja Turtles or whatever, all in one thing. Like, that's exciting. And The Wizard of Oz. And Doctor Who.
And Simpsons. I mean, everything is in this Portal and The Simpsons and everything in the same game. Like,
right. I mean, that sounds really cool, but I think for a similar reason, we're out on that game, right? It's just too expensive. We already collect too much stuff. Can't get into that. As much as I would love to, I can't get into that. But I feel like there's no way that game and Disney Infinity 3.0 cannot be vulturing the sales of Skylanders, right? You would think. But and then I feel like they're almost aimed at different... Like, Skylanders has been around a lot longer. It has that install base already. The kids who love it. I mean, it feels like it's much more aimed at younger kids. Right.
Whereas Disney Infinity is kind of aimed at... Hey, remember, you like Disney, you like this character, here is this. It's everybody.
Oh, you like Star Wars? There you go.
There's something for everybody in that game. Same thing with LEGO Dimensions, there's something kind of for everybody in that game. But the LEGO games have always been pretty successful, especially the licensed properties.
LEGO's going to work.
Yeah.
LEGO is going to be a hit. LEGO Dimensions, because people love Legos, because people love those properties, because people hear that Michael J. Fox and Christopher Lloyd are coming back to voice, Marty and Doc Brown. People are going to buy into that. People have already bought into Disney Infinity. They're going to continue to, because this new version has Star Wars, and Star Wars is as big as it almost has ever been.
I mean, that's the whole reason you finally.
Right? That's why I had to jump in. I feel like Amiibo is going to slow down. For a couple of reasons.
Maybe?
I think that you can't view it clear because you buy them all. No offense.
No, that's fair.
But here's the thing.
For the record, though, I am not getting the cards.
Okay.
I am not. I will buy one pack of cards so I can have one of everything unopened, but I am not going to start collecting these cards. I can't get into a card collecting thing.
Especially if you play Pokemon?
I can't get into another card collecting thing.
Okay.
and deal with these blind packs and this and gotta. No, I'm not doing cards. I can't.
Here's why I think Amiibo is going to slow down. A couple of reasons.
Sure.
One, it launched a year ago, right?
Mhm.
Just before the holiday season. Flew off the shelves, right? When the parents who bought all those Amiibos that weren't us buying all those Amiibos, go Christmas shopping this year and see the other games.
Yeah.
And then see those and think, I bought 5 of those last year for my kid and I've never seen him play with them. They've never seen him play with them because there's no fucking game to play them. There is a Disney Infinity game,
Yeah.
there is a LEGO Dimensions game, there is a Skylanders game. They see them play those.
Mhm.
What if they watch them do with an Amiibo? There's no way it's going. That coupled with the almost for until basically now inability to find Amiibo on the shelves.
Yeah.
Because not because they were just selling out, mostly because they couldn't make them.
Yeah.
Right? There was a strike. There was this. There was that. There was port issues. Blah 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 blah. I think that most parents who pay attention are going to realize, hey, my kid doesn't use that. I think that most kids who were initially excited because it just seemed like it was Skylanders but for Nintendo, are also going to go, why am I going to ask for that? Let me ask for Lego. Let me ask for Disney.
Yeah.
Let me ask for this.
No, I get that.
I feel like they haven't made a game that is Amiibo dedicated, and I know that we're getting the Mario Party type thing, but you know what? I have Mario Party for the Wii U. I have Mario Party 10 or whatever, which one it is. And that has Amiibo support, and you know what it does? You drop it on the gamepad, and then you pull it up when you want the dice to stop it instead of hitting A. It does nothing. It does nothing in that game either, and it's probably going to do basically nothing in the Animal Crossing Amiibo. I mean, they're calling the game Amiibo Festival, and I think that is just another way for them to miss market.
To be fair, I haven't looked too much into the Amiibo Festival game because as soon as I saw that, I was like, it just looks like Mario Party with Animal Crossing.
Right.
I'm not a multiplayer player much to begin with. I've touched Mario Party maybe once. I don't need another one of those games that focuses on Amiibo. But no, I think that's fair. There's not, other than collecting, and maybe it's just because I only do it for collecting, there hasn't been a lot of reasons to go out and buy Amiibo if you're using them for the games. It does some cool stuff in Smash.
Yep.
It does some cool stuff in Splatoon. For Mario Maker you can unlock costumes and stuff, which is cool. But you can do that without the
It's
Amiibo.
a neat addition, exactly. It's
Shovel
a neat
Knight's
addition
gonna
to a
do-
game. It's not the only way to play the game.
Correct. Which I think
Skylanders, Disney Infinity, apparently LEGO Dimensions,
Mhm.
I'm going to assume on that one. Those games, you need the characters, okay? And those games, they only work with those. I will say with absolute confidence that if Nintendo made a true Amiibo dedicated game in the vein of those games, it would by far be the best
Oh, absolutely.
that exist. But they haven't done that yet. And I think that they did it last year as something to try and jumpstart the Wii U. But now I think the Wii U has failed. It didn't.
Wii U has failed, but Amiibo have not.
Amiibo has not
Amiibo's
failed.
sales have been incredible.
Amiibo has not failed, but Amiibo did not spur Wii U sales. And it would have if they had waited, developed the game, and made that game exclusive to the Wii U. I guarantee you it would have helped sell the Wii U. But I feel like we will see that Amiibo dedicated game on the NX.
Yeah,
and not before.
I hope so. I get where Nintendo's coming from. They don't want to isolate their fans. They don't want to say, well, here's all this content in these games. If you want it, you have to go out and you have to buy these other things. Like, because they've always been a very inclusive company. They always want, this game, everybody can play it. That was the whole big thing with the Wii, is it's for everybody, everyone can have fun, yada yada yada. So if they put that behind, a $13 figure that you may or may not be able to find, that kind of isolates a number of people. And I also don't think they've realized that it was... sorry about that, folks. Some minor technical difficulties, but we'll just kind of wrap up the discussion now.
Yeah. So, I mean, basically, Toys to Life isn't going anywhere.
No.
That's the conclusion that we've come to. Some of the stuff might go by the wayside. They might really vulture at each other, but studios like Disney behind some of it, Warner Brothers with
Mhm.
Lego Dimensions, like those aren't going anywhere.
No.
Not anytime soon. Nintendo, like we talked about at the top of the show, back in our news segment, they're in a transition phase, so we'll see where Amiibo goes, but it's definitely one of their highlights right now. So I think investors are going to want Amiibo to be at the forefront, even if it just is putting the word Amiibo in front of a game like they are with the Amiibo Party thing. That's what it sounds like. But we want to know what you think of Toys to Life. Are you excited for Lego Dimensions? Are you going to get it? Did the inclusion of Star Wars finally sway you on 3.0 like it did me? Do you have every amiibo like Rich? Let us know. Let us know what you think about all of that and about everything that we talked about. But I think that's going to wrap up our Toys to Life discussion, right?
Yeah, I think so.
And we're just going to move into one final discussion, take a short break, and we'll talk about something else.
Yeah.